Well, hello again and welcome back. We're going to go ahead and decorate this little mini album. I have no idea how it's going to end up, but I have things that I do normally that are, kind of my patterns. So hopefully it won't take us too long to design this and decorate together. So if you've got this kit and you're on this video, we'll call it video 2 and the Santa Stop Here. The first video is always going to have this paper on it because it's the assembly and it's the pattern. It'll work with any paper that we choose. But now we're going to specifically focus on this album and we're going to decorate. So we've got some basics that are left over. Let me get all of my papers out here. Get that out of the way. And I thought we could kind of break up this green with this, it's a scrap that we had. And we know that this is 5 wide and 9. So let's just take an inch off. So we're going to cut it to 4 wide. That might not be quite. Let's go cut it to 4.5 wide by 8.5. So 4.5 by 8.5. We'll lay it down and see what we think. It's not bad. Let's cut it 4.25 by 8.25 because I've got some red glitter in our kit. And that might be nice if we even just lined it up right to that edge. What do you think? So if we did that, we should balance it out. So let's take this height. Sorry guys, this is how I design. I will tell you in just a minute. I want a little bit more, so I'll tell you the final. I like that. So we're going to do 4.25 wide by 7.25 tall. 4.25 wide, 7.25 tall. And that's going to be our little piece of snowmen, which are adorable. Now let's get out our red glitter. We're going to cut that 1/8 higher, bigger. So if that was 4.25, we're going to go 4 3/8. If it was 7.25, we're going to go 7 3/8. Let's see if that works out. Ooh, I cut something wrong. Four and a quarter. I think I might have told you guys bad. Oh my gosh. I will fix it. So, I don't know how to know. I'm going to do it in the side of error. So I'm going to cut mine to 7.25 because if I said 7.25, then you're stuck with that, which it looks adorable just like that too. So 7.25 will be our final because I can't hit rewind while I'm live, and 4.25. So 7 3/8 by 4 3/8, and it gives it just a little glitter matte. Isn't that so cute? All right, we're sticking with that. So it was 7.25, 4.25 on the snowman. Maybe I need to go take a nap. 4.25, 7.25. Now, this is 4 3/8, 7 3/8. We're going to glue this puppy down. Anytime you're adhering to glitter paper, you need the right adhesive, either score tape, or I do know that this particular glue will hold in place on my glitter. Hopefully we got over my rough patch here. If it's an indication of a rough patch, then we'll have video 3 and we'll pick up where we stop, where we surrender. Okay, so I'm just gonna center that top and bottom, and left and right. Just gives it a little sliver of sparkle. And I'm deciding if we want to overlap it or go right to the edge. I think I'm going to glue mine down flat right on the edge. So I'm going to open up my book for just a minute so I can press down and give it a good adhesion there. I feel like I need to really clean this nozzle. This one's getting low. I can't wait so I can start a new fresh one. We're just going to glue this down. You know what else I need to do is find myself on camera and make sure all of that I've been showing you, you can see. I just look up every so often and make sure my hands stay in camera. There we go. All right. So I'm going to flip her over, and these little snowmen, it doesn't matter because they're all directions. So I'm just kind of eyeballing top, bottom, and then right to the edge of my pretty stripe, diagonal stripe. All right, so that's our front there. It's going to be cute, isn't it? Okay, so we have scraps. I want to address the other issue while we let this dry for a minute. And let's find our paper that has upside down print on that little pocket area. So I know I had one. Right here's one for me. So we know this is 3 by 6. I think that's a little too busy for that paper. We don't have much snowman. I'd like to bring that in. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this that are 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And then 5 3/4. So it'll be just a little mat that we just glue right down. You'll see a little bit of that, but that's not going to matter. We're just going to glue that right to that edge. So I need to cut my other one to 5 3/4. Let's glue those right down there right now. So get my glue. And if you're using tape runner, it's absolutely fine for this. This is going to work just fine. You might even be a little faster than me if you're working with a tape runner, ATG gun. Because it's got my little curve there, I just want to make sure it grabs, gets the corners glued down. I had a little ooze, so I'm going to just rub that extra glue away. Okay. So that's been disguised. No one will ever know we had upside down print. They'll just think that we put that there on purpose. That was all part of the design. Okay, so I've got my 2 little pieces. Let's make sure I don't have any others. And I do not. If you do, then I would take your scrap and do the same thing. Now, we have this big sheet of paper that's left over. We don't need another. Oh, the other thing I did do ahead of time, that if you, I'm sure you haven't done it, so you might want to hit pause. And I did take one of these sheets and I cut apart all my little pieces. So I've got all these cut out. And now this is my second sheet of cut aparts. We don't need 2. So I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut one here that is 5 inches by 5 inches. And I'm going to need to bring my trimmer into the camera because I don't think I can describe this. Oh, we need another one. Give me just a second. 2 of them that are 5 by 5. And here's what we're going to do. So I want my triangle to be here. So I'm going to go from this corner to this corner and cut that into a triangle. Just like that. So I've got another piece, but it wouldn't be in the right direction. This one is. All right, so now we need one for the opposite page. So we need it to be this corner right here. So I'm going to turn my corners into my trimmer and cut my second one. So now I've got 2 little triangles. And then this, we'll use it for something else, or maybe we won't. We'll see. Okay, so this page I think would be cute if we just put our little triangles. This is kind of an ode to my creative memories days, which is where I started and so many of us did. All right, so I'm just going to glue these 2 down. I just want to make some use of these nice scraps, and then we'll finish decorating our cover. And it's kind of a nice indicator where you can put a photo, and then you can still tuck in goodies as well. All right. Just lay that down there. Now I'm going to give that just a second to set up. And then we'll have stickers and things that we can add. And if I can find one quickly, I would love to outline this with a black gel pen. So I'll see if I can, oh, I've got one right here. Let's just do it. So here's what I like to do to kind of bring things all together. It's just a double outline. So I'm just gonna do a quick double. The messier, the better. And you don't have to try to twist your hand. You can turn your paper. So it's like we just sewed this into the album. If I'm messy, then I do that little zigzag back and forth like I was back stitching to kind of set everything in place. Doesn't that just kind of bring it all together? We'll come back and do stickers and things too. All right, so since I have those other two triangles, which I've promptly lost, let's skip a few because I don't like it to be back to back. And let's go down a little bit. Maybe here. So what if we did a little triangle here and there? I think that would be cute. So I'm going to kind of line it right up to that red edge and glue that down. So if you did not follow along with my exact placement of papers, that's absolutely fine. Just select your area that you think this blue brings a little nice contrast. And then I will need to outline these again. So that takes a little time. Now that I've shown you one, if we do any other outlining, I might do it off camera so you don't have to watch me. It just takes a little time. I can be fast, but I can't. It still takes time. Again, I hope you see that I've got wavy lines, messy lines. Okay, so there's that set. So now I've got a little bit of paper left. The height of this paper, I'm going to cut it to 7. And then I'm going to cut 2 pieces. Might be too long. Let's see. This might not be bad. Let's make a photo mat. We could do, it'd be kind of small. I'm thinking we could do 4 by 5. And then we have enough that we could make this 4 by 5 going the other direction. So this is 4 by 5 portrait. Now let's do 4 by 5 horizontal. So it's 4 tall, 5 wide this direction. I think that's cute. We just can't waste this little paper. All right, so I'm gonna glue these down and then outline them as well. And you know what? I'm gonna put them crooked. I think they're cute crooked. And I see that I'm sliding up out of camera, so I'll slide that back down when I put my glue down. There we go. So what I mean is I'm gonna go a little crooked here. And if you don't want to do this, you don't want to obligate to these pages having this size of photo, I get it. It's just ideas of how you can use up that last sheet of paper. Okay, I went off the page, so I'm just going to do my little zigzag there. My sleeve's getting caught on my red glitter. Red glitter paper, which we're gonna use more of that. Bring in that glitter. Okay, so we've got that paper, and I think that's enough. If you wanna use your scraps for other things, you can, but that's the bulk of it. That we made good use of that collection. All right, so I'm doing a little cleanup here and gonna see if any other scraps we had left. This one here, we're gonna cut apart a few of these images as well. We're not gonna deal with the numbers, but we'll have some cute cut aparts. All right, so let's get back to our front cover. So let's commit what we want to that, and then the leftovers is what gets placed on the album pages. So we had from the assembly, we had this little guy. So I'm just trying to break this album up because all we have are, we don't have a nice 4x6 cut apart like in some collections. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to 4 1/4 like we did the width of the snowman. Just kind of breaking it up a little bit, giving us a little bit smaller focal point. Now, the other thing I'm gonna do is I've got a scrap piece of paper or glitter. I'm gonna glue it right to the edge. I'm not gonna leave a border there on my left. I'm gonna glue it right to my edge and leave about 1/16. I just like a hint of glitter there. So I'm gonna glue this down and then we'll trim it. We'll trim it to size. So find your scrap. I'm gonna lay it right to my edge there. And then at the top, I'm leaving about 1/16 of glitter showing. So right to my edge, and then about 1/16 here. And I'm giving that glue just a minute to set up before I throw it in the trimmer. All right, let's bring the trimmer into the camera. So I'm going to trim now, just eyeball it. Gotta move over just a little bit. I like that. So now I've got it about the same glitter on both sides, and now I need to trim my edge to 4 1/4. So my glitter matches up. So then when I lay this here to my edge, your eye sees it bordered with that original piece of glitter. So let's glue that down. I'm kind of fighting my my favorite Fabri-Tac glue, so I'm going to use my art glitter, which is also a favorite. Probably came up about 1 inch. All right, let's find our focal point. We need a focal point. So I kind of like this guy. kind of low. I can't slide that up. We might have to do that same exact thing. What if we doubled down? And then we could overlap him. I think that's what we'll need to do. He needs a little bit of room to live. What do you think? All right, let's do it. So you've got the drill. We're gonna cut this to 4 1/4. Glue it to our scrap. And I need, our glitter glue. I bet the glitter glue will glue to the glitter paper. Leave just about 1/16 on that top. And then right to the edge. All right, I'm not gonna show you again. We're just gonna eyeball it and trim the other side. And then trim that glitter piece to 4 1/4. All right, we're gonna glue that one. So we've just done a double. So I'm just getting the focal point up a little bit so we can have it centered to the page. All right, and this we're gonna wanna mat to glitter. So I've chosen Ho Ho Ho. You can choose something else if you like. It's not gonna ruin anything. You can just pick a different focal point if I use something later on in the book. So again, I'm just gonna lay it up to the top left. You can kind of see where I'm eyeballing the edge of my glitter. And now I'm gonna trim it. All right, I like that. So let's glue this down. And then let's add foam tape to the back of our Santa now that it's matted in the glitter. All right, let me find my foam tape. Could be interesting. Must be buried. Let it fall on the floor. There it is. I got it. All right, so find your foam tape. I tell you, this being hoarse is kind of irritating. I'm just cutting some pieces. That got a little close for me to the edge. I might trim that away. It's not coming off. Normally I would say stay a little further from the edge than that, just so it's not seen by the person you give it to. Not bad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that down. And I'm just eyeballing top, left and right, and then to this plaid to see if I can kind of center it up. All right, I like it. I think it's pretty sweet. Okay, now I had an idea while I was cutting that. I think there's a banner. I wonder if Jolly would fit down there. Let's do that. So I'm gonna start with my L and kind of go in the middle there. And I'm gonna work backwards. So I've got O. Just gonna kind of eyeball going up, and then my J. And then my other L. And my Y. Cute. All right, so that's the beginning. Let's see if there's anything else we need to do on Mr. Santa. We could do these little connectors. I should have counted to see if we had enough. Ooh, I might have to peel them off. I think I only see 3. There's 4. How many do I need? I only need 4. That other one, that last one's pretty big though. I may have to peel these off. I should have counted. That would have been cute though, huh? I'm just gonna scan this sticker sheet one more time. But all I have left is a much bigger one, and that does not look right. All right, peel it off. That's what you get with watching me. And then you've got little candies, but they're too big on the sticker sheet. Oh, I think I found one. I found one. All right, we're doing it. I found one by a Christmas tree. It's a little green one. For R4. Whew, did I luck out or what? All right, so those are our little connectors of our banner. All right, I think that's it for now. Now, let's find the rest of our cut-aparts from the cut-apart sheet. Mine are all underneath me. Let's add a little zhuzhin up into our album pages. Now, when I cut them apart, sometimes I have a little bit that I need to trim when I cut apart from the sheet. So I'm just gonna throw him to the side. Now, I'm not going to adhere all 4 sides. I'm just gonna adhere to the right, and that way, if you wanna tuck something in there, you can. So I'm gonna use my score tape for that. That side that I need to tape down. Just lay it right to the side there. And there it is. Maybe we'll fold that so they know. Cute. Oh, where is my bone folder here? Give it a little score. There. Now they know you can pick it up, put something else there. So what can we do on the opposite side? It's kind of cute there. Should we do that? Do the same exact thing. So score tape. Make sure you're putting it on the side that you're supposed to be. Just make a little flap. And I'll fold that corner down a little bit. I will outline these with black pen, but I won't make you watch me, but I will outline those double. All right, so look, we got that cute little cutie, we got that, we've got that. So now what can we do with this guy? Let's just go to the middle here. We'll just do one. Again with the flap. Coming in a little bit from that seam. And tuck something under there. This has got a lot going on. I may just wait for a few stickers for this one. And that one's got one done. All right, so what can we put here? I kind of like that seam. I'm going to trim it down because it's the same width. So I'm going to take 1/8 off of both ends and I'll lay that down and see if it feels like it's got some good room. Just like that. It's going to take away a page, but you've got lots of room to put photos. So I think I am. Just gives it kind of that quaint feel. So I'm going to glue this all the way down. And if you just wanted to use that as a photo mat, you could do that too. So I will find my glue and adhere this to my page. It's too big to really be a flap. I suppose you could. Again, I'll do my double outline. And we're to the back of the album. So we've got this other leftover. You could tuck that in a page. I don't think I'd do it with that one. Do it with that one. Nope, I don't like it there. I like it here because we don't have much going on. I think I'll do the same thing. I'll tuck in these guys. Marion Bright, Dear Santa. Ooh, he might need to go there. What do you think? Yep, I like it because I didn't like the multicolor, but I like that solid red against all this noise. So I've got a little white I need to trim off of my edge. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this down in the upper left corner. Super duper cute. It's the Most Wonderful Life can go there. Put another tree there. So we've got a good vibe going. So you can go back with your little cut aparts and do the same thing. Add some more decoration and with your stickers. So I'm going to finish decorating mine and then I'll come back with the last video and I'll just do a quick flip through of all the pages and how I finished it up. But you've got your cover and your inside basics. And I thank you for joining me and going along the designing journey. All right. Take care. Hope life is treating you well. And I'll hopefully catch you on another class. Bye now.